I'll work you out, get you right with your physical. Always just another interlude. Asking all the questions, girl, you know I don't do interviews. It's pitiful that when I'm with them other bitches, I pretend it's you. Oh, you work at Kohl's, you in dental school.
What it do, baby?
Another episode of the Interlude. Let's get to it. Straight off the gate. First
Straight out the gate.
How you doing, man?
I'm good, man.
Okay.
How you doing, brother? Life treating you well?
Hey, life treating me good. I started my second job today.
Okay.
It was decent.
Two jobs short.
You gotta get this money, baby.
Gotta get to it.
So, we got a couple things to discuss today.
Yeah.
Social media been raving about this. So, we already decided. Let's go ahead and tackle to it. Artists of the decade.
It's almost been a decade, bro. Like the first decade I can remember for real. Yeah. But no, artists of the decade. So we know who Billboard or whoever really. It's a lot of sources, but we know who a lot of people have been saying is the artist of the decade, and it's Aubrey. That's what a lot of people think that it should be Aubrey.
The masses think that.
So do you personally disagree?
I do personally disagree, but it's not like a wide margin disagree. Like hell no, like he's not even close. Like he's definitely top 2, top 3 in the conversation. But
he's not top 2.
I mean that's what we hear.
That's what we're gonna figure out. Okay. I'll ask you at the end, and then we'll see if it's changed in the midst of the conversation.
We can start it off with this. Why? Let's just go through the choices. And in our opinion, the choices that could be possibly artists of the decade.
Okay.
Ladies first, of course. We're gonna start off with Ms. Knowles, Beyonce. You know, the woman herself.
Yeah.
Based off her cult following that she got, like you can't say anything about the Beehive. That's nobody on the list that we have.
It's a cult following.
Has that cult following.
It is. It's not the worst thing in the world, but at the same time, it's very scary.
It's a mental illness.
It's extremely scary how much people care about that woman.
They worse than Nicki Minaj fans, but we'll touch on that.
Wait.
They sick.
What? What's the issue?
The bars are worse than the Hive. Let's be clear.
Anyway,
it's just that cult. They look the culty thing. I'm not.
Two cult followers would say that about each other. That's what they would do.
That is true.
That is true. But who's next? After Beyonce.
But after Beyonce, you got Jay-Z. You know, Sean Carter.
Himself. Very interesting pick. I don't think a lot of people will put him in that conversation. To be honest with you.
This on the music side, they wouldn't. But when you
consider everything else,
you have to consider everything else because that's what make the artists. That would make people go listen to the music.
But when we talk about artists, are we talking about musical artists? I mean, Jay has done a lot of great things outside of music.
I feel like even of this decade, even though he's only released 3 albums, the things that he's done in between them releases of the album, I kind of gravitated people more. And don't forget, he got a whole joint album too. That
he does have a joint album.
That's probably
technically has 2 joint albums,
and both. Well, the one that I'm talking about, which is Watch the Throne, is definitely probably considered as one of the top albums of this decade.
Has to be.
So that alone gives him the edge in. That alone.
It gets him in the conversation, sure.
We have no other than Mr. Kendrick Lamar. His discography speaks for itself. Started with Overly Dedicated, Section 80, Good Kid, Mad City, To Pimp a Butterfly, Untitled at Master. Then you got Damn. Then you have the Black Panther album. Not to mention, like anybody that came at him, as far as beefs, they never lasted long. He's never been in like a.
He hasn't lost a beef.
Mr. Undefeated right there.
Mr. Undefeated.
He's in the conversation, and then it's like each album that he's dropped considerably, it progressed better. I don't feel like there's ever been a time that he's made a release and people been like, nah, that it was straight trash, like it was garbage, like no. Since his release.
I mean, you got people who aren't fans, but I don't think anybody could genuinely say that he doesn't make good music.
True. Yeah. We have Miss Minaj, Nicki Minaj.
Nicki deserves.
It's a curve in there. It's a curve.
I mean, I think Nicki deserves to be in the conversation. She definitely deserves to be talked about as far as within this decade, just because. Let alone just being a pioneer for like women in rap. Honestly,
pioneer.
Not pioneer. More so for the modern era. Like she ushered a lot of this modern era in. That's what I'm trying to say.
I would say this. The reason why me personally, I would throw her on this list. She got a decent, good 4 albums, which probably Roman Reloaded is the best out of all the releases. Is the reason I feel like personally, like you just said, how she modernized. Look.
You said 4 good albums.
I mean, I said decent.
You said decent. So 4 respectable.
4 respectable albums, and her tenor of albums that she's released.
I mean, she also has one of the. I mean, she also has arguably one of the best verses of the decade, probably.
Monster.
Yeah,
I got
it. Yeah. That's
she did.
You can't leave that out.
She did do it
on a star-studded song at that.
Facts.
So
she held her own, and that gave people,
yeah.
like we talked about on our first episode, it gave people that look like, damn, like she can really spit. She can really spit. Like you said, she modernized a big evolution of women's rap. Like a lot of females, the way that they.
And for a long time, it was literally just her.
Exactly.
So and then she's a very outspoken artist at that too. Like I feel like any artist that's outspoken about anything, like that's just them. They real. Okay.
We have Mr. Ye.
Y'all had Ye up there. Ye has to be
Pablo, Jesus King, Yeezus. The list goes on and on.
Yeah.
But, he started off the decade with, I think, is probably the best album of this decade from 2010 all the way to 2019. As far as rap, hip hop, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, Off Back, nothing.
That's a very good claim.
Nothing comes close to it throughout that tenor. Yeah. Now, what has happened between I'm not To Pimp a Butterfly, excuse me, but My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, and now it's ups and downs.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely hasn't been the most consistent in terms of, I think, substance, but he also has found a way, even if it's controversial, to remain relevant. He's always been relevant the entire decade. So,
and then the production,
production carries him a long way as well.
So and me personally, I feel like we'll get there. We'll get there because I'm jumping the gun now, but you see where I'm leaning to. And I threw this in there for myself and for us, just to with the team. This what we came upon, baby. Jermaine Cole.
He
artist of the decade.
A reasonable person could definitely put him in the conversation, even as a very biased, very first day Cole fan. I would never say he's the artist of the decade. I think there's a lot of people he's not close to, but I will say his growth over the decade is something to speak to, and his impact over the decade as well, I think, is something that puts him in the conversation. So a lot of good artists to choose from, I guess, if we're making our personal choices. So I mean, I can give you who like my top 3 are out of the list that we got.
All right, go with your top 3.
Who the top 3 for me would be? You got Drake, it'll be Ye, then it'll be Kendrick. Those are the 3 I'm choosing. Those are the 3 I would choose from if I had to break that list down to 3.
All right, my 3, Ye number 1, Drake number 2, and as much as I fuck with you, Cole, but I'm gonna have to say Beyonce for my 3rd choice.
I'm not mad at it.
I was stuck between Kendrick, like on a realistic scope, not even talking about Cole, but and I'm not downplaying anything that he's done, like. But on a realistic scope, as far as music consistency and like how crazy the fan base keep going crazy and wanting more, it was a toss up between Kendrick and Beyonce. But I think Coachella alone sealed it in the bag. Like her performances, like nobody on this list comes close to performances. And as far as right now, and I feel like the best performers in the world in the realm of what we know of R&B and hip hop is between Chris Brown and Beyonce right now. Nobody else. And if you the GOAT of performing, you gotta be on the list of artists of the decade. Not the GOAT, but I'm talking about speaking right now. We know it's Michael Jackson. Rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? But
I wouldn't argue anybody's claim to Beyonce being the best performer right now. I wouldn't argue that.
okay.
I think since we was talking about it, there's a lot of sources that can have their claim or make their list of artists of the decade. For me, through like research and like just like other conversations, I think it's important to think about impact, relevancy, and along with relevancy, like longevity, just in the sense of how long like did you release music in a relatively like decent time frame. Like I think that's what separates a lot of people from this list. And me personally, like in my personal choice, as much as I really hate to admit this, not because I think he makes bad music, I'm just not as much of a personal fan as some people are. I think it's a no-brainer that Drake is the artist of the decade. I don't think Ye, Kendrick, or Beyonce, because those would be my four. I don't think either of them are like too far behind. But in terms of all those things that I just mentioned, there has not been a time since Drake came out. I mean, not counting comeback season, but counting So Far Gone, since the release of that, I don't think there's been a time in this last decade where Drake has not been relevant or mentioned among top tier in hip hop and R&B.
But it's like I say like this. The reason why I don't say Drake and the reason why I'm gonna go Ye is because even though his releases have time gaps in them and production has gotten better, but lyricists wise is been downgraded. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's still it's the fact that anything Ye does, the world stops and pays attention to Ye.
But that don't make it good all the time though.
Regardless if it's good or bad.
But you can't disregard whether it's good or bad.
No, it's like because it's like the following itself. Like Drake could do something, the whole world not really gonna stop.
But if that's the case, then Ye can't. If that's your basis, then Ye couldn't be your pick. It would have to be Beyonce. But because she has the same following in the sense of whatever she touches, whatever she does, the world stops, and you're not gonna find too many people that's gonna say she has a bad project, album, whatever. So if that's the basis you're going off of.
Outside of Beyonce's cult, and outside of Kanye's,
it's a cult, man. Okay, it's a cult.
Outside of listen, we being real, and outside
Beehive's a cult. Okay,
outside of Kanye's craziness, if an album dropped right now between Ye and Beyonce, from both genders, because we know a lot of females gonna jump straight to Beyonce, a couple males too, but from both genders, who do you think everybody and both sides will listen to first?
For real?
You gonna say Beyonce?
Yes, especially right now. Especially today. You know how many people waited to listen to Jesus is King?
The whole world.
No, not waited for it. Waited to actually listen to it. Yeah, like waited to actually give it a listen. If Beyonce drops an album right now and Kanye drops an album right now,
I'm gonna listen to Ye before.
That's you. There's a lot of people, probably more people, that are gonna go listen to Beyonce first. Just being realistic.
We're gonna have to do this survey on Twitter.
Being realistic.
Because I don't know, bro.
Even people that don't like the Beehive know Beyonce shit is cold.
The hype for both of them, regardless, like, is crazy. Like anything that they do, people is on it. Like,
yeah.
And Drake is like, motherfuckers can be like, Drake is putting the finishing touches on the album. Okay.
I don't think it'll be that passive. Not that passive. People will be tired of waiting, and they'll be like, just come on with the album.
Beyonce is putting the finishing touches on the album.
Beyonce would never say that though.
I'm talking about if sources anywhere, she could be on tour and say something. You know what I'm saying? Like, Ye, when they kept saying, "Oh, this was about to drop," everybody was patiently waiting.
Was patiently waiting.
Everybody stopped patiently waiting for real because the days, anytime it was supposed to be released, it never was released. So everybody.
When was the last time Ye released the album on time? When he said he was going to release the album.
What you mean? Everybody, Ye, that didn't come on the day that it was supposed to come on.
My point exactly. I'm saying, like, Ye is known for, like, saying he got a project and it being, like, a whole month or two before we actually get it.
But we still the world still like put their hopes into it. That's what I'm saying.
Oh man.
That's that.
That didn't happen with Jesus is King, man. That's all I'm saying. Them sales say it all. The sales is fine, but in terms of immediate impact,
obviously we have our top three with Drake, Ye, and Beyonce.
Yeah.
For everybody in here, if them three drop the album right now, who the first person you listening to?
Like personally?
Everybody. Not like
you want me to answer personally or answer from the scope of the world?
The scope of music, which you know that you think is gonna be better.
Who are more people gonna listen to first? Beyonce. That's what I'm asking.
Out of this whole list, you telling me out of the three that we have, you saying you gonna stop?
Are you asking me or the world?
I'm asking you now. But if Ye, Drake, and Beyonce drop right now, the first album you bumping is Beyonce?
The first album I'm bumping is not Beyonce. Okay. The first album I'm bumping more than likely is going to be Kanye. But that's me. The world will probably listen to Beyonce.
But that's the point of this. What I'm saying, if you have to be realistic with your opinion. So if you go out of this list, if you saying Ye, then Ye automatically he got to be your choice for the person that you choose.
He doesn't. No, he does not. That's what I personally would do. My personal opinion is not that Drake is the artist of the decade. My personal opinion is that it's Kendrick. But I also know I'm very biased because I'm more of a Kendrick fan than I am a Drake fan. But if you're looking at everything included, Drake is the artist.
I'm standing on Ye, bro.
I'm not mad at it.
He just do crazy shit and people still go listen after they cancel him. Like, after they cancel him,
there's a lot of people
still is on him.
There's a lot of people that canceled him and didn't go listen. There's a lot of people that are not fans of Ye anymore.
They still tuned in to a song of him, regardless if it's not the entire album.
Yeah, you can listen to a song or two.
But you still tuned in.
People do that with Drake too.
But I'm saying, like, that's what makes him the artist of the decade, because it's like, even when he's supposedly canceled, he's still hot. He's still relevant. He's still popping. He's still making sales. The album is doing better than what people even predicted.
You can't use sales. You can't really use sales.
Why?
And none of what you said separated Kanye.
And then the production alone, the production was crazy.
The lyrics
is crazy. Lyrics weren't that high, but the production of Jesus is King was mad. That shit was crazy.
Nice. It was immaculate, honestly. But
you're not getting that production out of a Drake album. That tier. You getting that production from Drake? That tier of Kanye.
Hey man, listen. What does that tier of production?
Bro, what do you mean that tier?
Okay, so
Kanye is damn near.
So his production alone is what carries him to artist of the decade.
I'm saying though, like,
I'm asking, what is it exactly that's putting Kanye over Drake?
It's just
the production. Because you already admitted that
it's just that cancel culture is not. He literally. He's kind of like he throws shit in our face of everything that's literally like, I don't know, what we just ignorant to. Kanye go do it and he still like pops. Like, how many people said after the Trump shit, "Oh, I'm canceling Ye. He's a cool whoop wop the bam."
A lot of people.
Them same folks was like, "Yeah, I ain't listening to him no more." The same motherfuckers that waited on Ye. The same motherfuckers that was.
Who was waiting on this man?
Was you not waiting on Kids See Ghosts?
No, I wasn't. Me personally. I wasn't. I promise you I wasn't.
Did you tune into it the day it dropped?
Nope. I actually waited a week and then listened to it once. Sorry. It didn't do it for me.
Did you listen to Scorpion the first day it dropped?
I did listen to Scorpion the first night it dropped. I didn't listen to it all the way through though. I didn't listen to both sides all the way through. I will say that. I did go back to it and listen to it all the way through.
Did you listen to Lemonade when it first dropped?
No, I didn't have time. So I didn't listen to Lemonade the first night it dropped. didn't have time. Didn't feel like getting a free trial at all. That's what happened.
That was crazy the first night it dropped.
I know it was. It was wild.
I didn't listen to Lemonade the first night it dropped, but seeing the hype of it, like on social media.
Oh, I'm saying.
Was real crazy. And then for me, I didn't listen. I'm not gonna fake it. I didn't listen to Lemonade. I don't believe to the end of 2017, early 2018. That was the first time I heard Lemonade. And
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Let me put it to you like this.
I wasn't a Beyonce fan. I hate it. Her
I feel it.
Sick to me, bro. Like,
I feel it.
She makes good music, but
I don't like her fan base. I don't.
I hate them.
But
I said what I said. Crucify me now.
I don't like y'all. He hates y'all. It's a lot of people don't. It's okay.
Cancel culture is not true.
It's okay. That's very true. Cancel culture is not true. That's a completely different topic though. But if we're gonna talk about like impact and people following the artist, Ye still don't win that argument, and this is why. Let's just start at all layers, right? Let's just start at all layers, right? If Beyonce posts a picture on Instagram, right, at 2 a.m, do you know within 5 minutes it's gonna have 1 million likes? Yeah, even though Instagram removing likes, so that won't matter.
It's gonna crash. It's
gonna crash.
But look,
if she pops up and it's like album, boom, here it is. Internet broken, done for. Shambles. Complete shambles.
So you putting Beyonce over Drake now?
I'm not putting Beyonce over Drake. I already said Drake is the artist of the decade. I'm arguing. You argue for Ye. You argue. No, it wouldn't happen for Drake.
You
I don't think so.
If Drake gave out a surprise release right now, you don't think
it would be hype runner for sure, but I don't think it would be the same as if Beyonce did. I truly don't. She has a cult. What do y'all not understand?
But she brought back the whole idea of surprise albums.
She did.
She. So anybody after that dropped a surprise album, they were saying, "Oh, the Beyonce way."
I mean, sure, you could say
transcended the what? The lemonade braids. You know what I'm saying?
Not
like that's part of her artistry. I'm just
lemon. Is that what they call them?
Yeah.
Actually, that's an older style. I don't know.
It's a very old lemonade braids.
Yeah, the modern folks. I did. Yeah.
The
lemonade braids.
Who called them the lemonade braids?
I've heard it, bro. I've heard it. The lemonade braids, bro.
Before they rush y'all aboard.
Not the lemonade braids, Jesse.
They're called lemonade braids.
They are?
Yes.
That's a thing?
Yes. Just don't.
Beyonce,
Keep going.
I'm telling you.
Y'all serious?
It's sick.
Lemonade
braids? Her coat did that, bro.
Y'all didn't see nobody with braids before that.
They went into
Y'all didn't see nobody with the braids
changed it
before
too.
that. Lemonade braids for real?
They sick.
That's not okay. That's not okay. Oh. Okay. At the end of the day, man, we got to be realistic about this, and we got to be honest about all the facts.
I'm being realistic. Kanye West.
I don't necessarily disagree with your point.
Kanye, I'm gonna call him his middle name Marcellus. He look like his middle name Marcellus. Kanye Marcellus West. He do.
Yo. Okay. So you go with Ye. My pick, as much as I hate to admit it, it's still gonna be Drake. I'm still going with Aubrey.
You really just hyped Beyonce up and chose Drake.
I hyped Beyonce up in opposition to your argument for Kanye. That's what I did.
What is this, tag team Ye?
What do you mean? Jesse chooses Ye, which I don't think too many people be mad at.
And folks know though, I'm not even Ye crazy. Like I'm not even a stan like that. But
that's cool.
I'm real. Y'all know that. I'm real.
So and Ye real too?
Ye's a fucking Ye's a clown, but he's still the artist of the decade.
Okay, so the clown is his. The clown is his pick for us of the decade. The non-writing nigga is
clown
the pick
still
of
pulls
the
the circus
for me, and that's what that is. So we got two different artists of the decades, but they both would be our top two regardless.
Yeah.
Okay, so at the end of the day, we pretty much in agreement.
They look. I do gotta say this at the end. Though. The cult, they lucky we put her girl in there, because
imagine if we didn't put her in there. Beyonce, why you look like Beyonce?
They sick.
The girl with the lemonade braids would have been all on us.
Yeah, the Onika fans too. I don't know why you laughing in the corner.
Onika fans may not be that mad. I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? They get mad about a lot. Nonetheless, that's our talk about the rest of the decade. He chose Ye. I chose Drake. Y'all can agree to disagree. Doesn't matter.
Standing on
both of them clowns. Nonetheless, this is another episode of Interlude.
Standing on it.
Catch y'all next time. Peace.